But first, since Keir Starmer has resigned this Monday as British Prime Minister and leader of the Labor Party, close to tears, Starmer telling reporters outside Downing Street that he will remain caretaker Prime Minister until a new Labor leader is chosen in the coming weeks. The move paving the way for Britain's seventh leader in a decade.
The question my party is asking now is whether I am best placed to lead us into the next general election. I have heard the answer of my parliamentary party to that question, and I accept that answer with good grace. Every decision I've taken has been about putting the country I love first. That is why I will resign as leader of the Labour Party.
And joining me in the studio is Philip Turle, our International Affairs Editor. Philip, what is the next step?
Right, well, this opens the door now to a potential leadership challenge, but it appears that maybe there won't be that challenge. It's more like a passing of the crown from one leader to the next, and the next leader could possibly be Andy Burnham. Andy Burnham, who won a seat in Westminster last week after that huge resounding victory in Makerfield, just near Manchester in the north of England. He's seen as the favourite to take over from Keir Starmer. The reason that I'm saying there could be a passing of power between two kings, if you like, is because there doesn't appear to be another contender for that leadership challenge right now. Wes Streeting, who's the former Health Secretary, made it clear that although he was intending to launch a leadership challenge, now he's going to throw his weight behind Andy Burnham, who has made no bones about the fact that he would like to succeed Keir Starmer as leader of the Labour Party. So Keir Starmer is going to remain in office for the time being. From the 9th of July, that will open the door to this challenge to his leadership, this change of leadership of the Labour Party. Remember, in the British system, the leader of the party which wins the most votes at a general election then becomes the Prime Minister. So there won't be a general election, but there will be a change of leader of the Labour Party. That leader, possibly Andy Burnham, would then become the next Prime Minister. So if there's no leadership challenge which could then carry on until September, we could have a new leader of the Labour Party and a new Prime Minister by the end of July.
Was this all a foregone conclusion when Andy Burnham won that by-election last week?
Well, Keir Starmer has been unpopular for most of his time in office for a number of different reasons. The most, I think, evident one was the number of U-turns that the government has done on policy over the past 2 years. Remember, they won a landslide victory back in 2024. He's done about between 13 and 15 U-turns on policy, some of it unpopular, and been forced to turn around and to not do what he was going to do, basically on inheritance tax for farmers, on setting up a commission into grooming gangs in the UK. And the one that I think kicked this all off was a decision to do away with a heating allowance for pensioners that the government wanted to do away with when they got in. That led to a huge argument, and the government backturned on that and then gave in and gave the pensioners their heating allowance still. So all of that has undermined Keir Starmer's popularity rating. He's also, I think, suffered from this image of someone who is lackluster, boring, not able to offer hope about the fact he's really got to things under control. I think the bottom line here is that Keir Starmer is an honest guy. He's done his best, but he's basically failed as Prime Minister, and he has not delivered on what Labour were hoping he was going to deliver on. There's no general election scheduled until 2029, which gives Keir Starmer's successor time to go to put things straight and to increase Labour's poll ratings. Keir Starmer only on about 21% of positive opinion poll ratings in the polls right now in the UK.
Now, the big question is, Philip, what does this all mean for Nigel Farage's Reform Party?
Well, Nigel Farage, if there was a general election in the UK today, then Nigel Farage and Reform would come out first. They are way ahead, about 10 points ahead in the polls, ahead of Labour and ahead of the Conservative Party, the Liberal Democrats. All the other major parties are way behind Reform. Reform did incredibly well in the recent local elections in the UK, taking taking hundreds of seats away from traditional Labour and Conservative strongholds. So Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform, this far-right party, knows that he is destined for a life as Prime Minister of the UK if there were a general election right now. So it's no surprise that he has already called for a general election as a result of what Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister, has announced this morning. That's to say the decision to stand down and to hand power over to his successor, who could be Andy Burnham. I don't think there's going to be a general election because the Conservative Party don't want that because they know they would be hammered in the general election, and Labour doesn't want a general election right now because they know they would lose to Reform. So I think what we're going to see is a passing of power to another Prime Minister, but not a general election for Reform to win.